Hello, my name is Jesper Jerlang. I am the Director Standardization in Danish Standards, DS. And with this presentation, I will introduce an example on how I, in Danish Standards, succeeded to make government open new business opportunities for us through our dedicated public affairs effort. We started up with public affairs in 2011, and we tried to tap into the agendas of the new government and especially on the growth theme, which is especially fit for standardization. And we did that with some kind of success. We actually had the government introducing standards as part of several of their policy papers during the next couple of years. But what I would like to talk about is how we embarked on making the government making a national strategy on standardization. It started when we cooperated very intensely with the Danish Ministry of Business Affairs on the EU regulation on standardization, which was finalized during the Danish presidency in 2012. During that time, we got very close to the ministry, and we succeeded to create a focus on the business potential in further use of international standards. And we ended up making an agreement that we should develop a national strategy on standardization. In support for this coming strategy, we ensured that we had a number of analyses on the economic benefits, all made by independent institutions such as the Copenhagen Economics and the Copenhagen Business Schools, as well as international studies. And they all showed a very good positive effect on the use of international standards. Then, to form a direction, we established what we called a National Partnership on Standardization, NPS, with the membership of 17 senior managers from industry and industry organizations, and led as chairman by Jesper Møller, who was at that time CEO for Tops, a big Danish company. This national partnership met 4 times during 6 months and ended up developing proposals for the coming government strategy. We launched these recommendations in April 2014 and ensured that it was followed up by media and press efforts. Then we engaged with the ministry to make the actual strategy, and even though it was the Ministry of Business Affairs who was responsible for the development, we were allowed to participate directly in the development and in writing the strategy. So we did that together with the ministry, and in May 2015 the strategy was finally launched by the government as one of the growth initiatives. Its aim is to make increased use of international standards as a lever for growth, and with a very ambitious target to increase the number of users with 50% by 2020, which would correspond to something like 6,000 new users. And the thinking in the strategy is that with more users we will have more economic benefits and more growth. The strategy comprises of 4 focus areas with 17 concrete initiatives enabling us and the government to execute the strategy. And what we especially was fond of was the focus area 3, which focus on how the government and public institutions can make better use of international standards. The other focus areas was mainly about something that DS could do better, but here we really have the government doing something different. And it is about how they can increase the use of international standards in their legislation, how they can do it to support inspection and control, or how they can do it to support public procurement. The effects would be the opportunity to get rid of national requirements, to have a debureaucratization, and to open the markets for all kind of players. And in this way to increase competition and in the end to have better quality and better growth. So a first concrete initiative within this framework is the regulation on electric safety, which was passed in April 2015. Based on that, a new regulation on electric installations will be in force in July 17, and this is based on the assumption that conformity to relevant European standards will provide for conformity with the law. This means that we have a lot of customers, potential customers, electricians, who never used standards before, but who will now have to use a set of standards to show their conformity with the new regulation. So we prepared a dedicated standards package for the electricians as well as a digital product, and we expect to have at least 1,000 new customers with this initiative alone. So, in conclusion, we have made the government make a strategy that provides us with the best possible basis for engaging them in using standards and standardization more and more. And now we are working on exploiting this potential. Thank you.